Hey everybody, it's Doug here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to our continued play through Role Player Adventures, where we are playing through Terron's Trophy, the second adventure in the series, the campaign, where we are here to defeat a massive troll that's been plaguing the village of Jolab. The king has sent us here based on our previous adventures. I'm not going to do a full recap of everything, but we were looking for the daughter of the Dunegrass family, a halfling family. I think her name is Ethel or something like that. We'll find her. Anyway, we took the road up. We fought off some bandits and actually saved the Dunegrass family minus their daughter, and then moved on to an ancient chapel where we met a dwarf, a gnome that it was can't remember if it was a gnome or a dwarf. I'm going to check it out right now because I have his... Gimlix is a gnome of the Starlit Order, or Starlit Door, and we were trying to get into this church. It was blocked by a door and bell that is of the Durgolium metal, and we couldn't get through. So we basically tried to do that. We couldn't do it. We continued on. We had another encounter. Then we finally made it to the beach where it was rumored that the girl was taken. We didn't find her, but we also did start the personal mission of Aston Fletcher, our hunter, where he met some people on the beach, some creatures on the beach. They're humanoid, and negotiated, talked to them, and sent them off to this island. It made it a little bit chaotic. We'll have to see how that goes. But we did uncover a map to Longtooth Island, and that's where we're going to go next. So we're not going to waste any time. We're going to dive right in with both Aston Fletcher and Lorelei Morvenna, I think her name is. She is a wizard and he is a hunter. She's also a chronology wizard, which I don't know what that means exactly, but it's obviously manipulation of time, etc. Right, pretty exciting stuff. So let's dive in. Okay, so here we are. We are at this location, the beach. We do have the ability to move to another location. We are fully rested and ready to go. Lorelei does have one fatigue that she still has to deal with, but other than that, we are okay. And with that notion, we are going to continue on from the beach. We're going to take the rowboat of the halflings that were partying under the boat that we found. They were having a good old time. We got in a boxing match with them. We beat them up. They gave us the map and the boat, and now we're headed off to Longtooth Island, which is a location E in our storybook. So let's take a look at that as we head there now. Okay, here's our entry, E, Longtooth Island. If you have the keyword muck, we're going to go to E2. We don't. If there's no XP, we're going to go to E1, but there is XP, so we're going to collect the experience off the island. Boom. We are back up to, let me see, that's 3, 6, which is fantastic. That's going to allow us to do a few things. It says otherwise collect the XP from location and continue reading. The halfling's boat is small but sturdy. You row your way out onto the sandy island, topped with a bit of grass and a few palm trees. There's a strange stillness here. No gulls hover overhead, no crabs scuttle across the beach. Even the wind seems still as you step onto the shore. At the island's center, a shiny ball of elvish silver floats in mid-air. We can grab the ball, E3. It looks like there's going to be some kind of test there. We can rest, or we're going to move to another location. I mean, heck, what else is there to do? We're going to grab the ball. Let's go do that. That's right here. We're just going to move this down and read ahead. Looks like we're going to have a combat. That's what that little fist means. You're getting ready for a combat. We got this. We're healthy. Reaching for the floating ball of elvish silver, you find something thick surrounding it, thick enough to stop your hand before it reaches the prize. You try to push forward, but the strange substance surrounding the ball drips heavily around your arm and begins to squeeze, pulling you inward and sucking away your weapons. Reveal the ooze enemy card. Each player places one weapon card from their hand or spent space under the ooze. Oh, this is bad. The ooze is going to take... what number is the ooze? It's 43. The ooze is going to take our stuff. So let's look at 43. This is going to be a new enemy, and it has like a special power. I like that. And it says that it doesn't appear to have any special statuses or anything. It just says reveal the enemy card. I think we lose a weapon, so that's pretty bad. Here's the enemy ooze. Oh, we're going to lose experience and stamina if we're not careful. We're going to put that right there. I'm going to put the book aside. We're going to get to our combat. Well, this is no joke. We have to put one of our weapons into our spent space. So Do I want to decrease or increase? We got two weapons we can take from our hunter Aston. I think we'll do the sling. So the sling's going to go into our spent space, and the rest will stay in our hands. So it sucked up our sling. I don't know why we were messing with a sling on it. I don't know that she has a weapon. I guess this is considered a weapon. It is. The Ancient Tome is unfortunately the only weapon that she has. So that will go into her spent space. And that's for Lorelei. Now we're going to face the ooze. Let's get a token out and see what we can do. Now we need purple, red, and black, and green, or green. So we have some things to do. So purple, I think that's going to be easy. That's a charisma die, so we can get one of those. I'll take 1 point of fatigue from Aston off as charisma, and 1 of 3 off of Lorelei. So that's going to be 2 right there. Let me get the bag out, because that's going to give us 1 purple die. I need to collect that. And that will go, we'll just put that right here for now. Now I can get a black die. That's going to be easy for us to get. I'll take 1 point from Aston. You want to try and do as much of this as you can in one shot, and the 1 point of dexterity from Lorelei. Black die. Now we could use 2 black dice. We could also use a red die. Again, very easy to get a red die, so we're going to get, I'm going to take 1 point of stamina from Aston on his strength, and the 1 point from Lorelei to get a red die. Now, we have a 4 dice, no, combat dice limit of 3, so we have used all of our dice. There's no way to get any additional dice at the moment. So we're going to roll those. Just trying to see if there's anything else we can do. There's really not. So we're going to roll these 3 dice up and see if we can, what we can do with this ooze. Hopefully something good. So it means we cannot defeat it in one round unless we can get more dice onto the board. Well, we got lucky there, didn't we? We're going to cover this one right away. It says either black or green. Boom, done. The red we just need to, okay, so what's on the other side of the 3? Let me see what we got here. So we don't have, we got one of them solved just by the luck of the dice roll. I could play a band. This is Aston's hand. I could play this. Move any number of scroll cards from your hand, spend space for each one. Add a random die to the pool. I don't care much about that. We don't need to worry about this one. This changes a green or blue dice. I could flip a red or green die. What is on this? This is a 4. Oh, there we go. Okay, so Aston's going to play Subvert against the ooze. He's subverting the ooze. That goes in his discard pile. That will turn his 3 into a 4. We got that covered. Now, can we get the 4 to a 1? Now, that's one of, remember, we got a 2-card limit, so that's all he can do. We'll look at, well, he can do 1 more card. I'm going to look and see. We'll pause on him for a moment and take a look at what Lorelei's got. Now, Lorelei could have bumped that die down with her Ancient Tome, but we can't do that. Let's see, we can pull a random die with Transmute. We can turn a 6 into another color. It doesn't help us. We can get 2 more blue dice. Doesn't help us. Turn a 1 into a 3 or 5. We can turn a 2 into a 4 or 6. Not very helpful, actually. But we can return 1 stamina from our Intelligence attribute to reroll any number of dice in the pool. Let's do that. We're going to burn a stamina of Intelligence. She's got 4 to reroll this die and see if we can get something a little better for it. I rolled a 1. Unbelievable. Now we can't fulfill that last one yet. And we're going to have, we could get, I don't know if we want to spend so much stamina on this, because we are going to lose 1 of our experience points. We're going to gain it back. We're going to gain a lot of experience points when we kill this thing. So I think that's the best we can do. We got 3 out of 4. So let's take a look at what that's going to do to us. This card, this up here, I don't know if you can see it clearly with the die in the way, so I'll move it for a moment. We're going to take 2 fatigue, and we will gain a gold when we defeat it. So 2 fatigue. Where do we want? That means we're going to, I think we'll just each take, I always forget this. Is it, when you take fatigue from an attack, is it both? I never remember in combat if it's, I think both of you, or do we split the fatigue? I don't remember. I think we both take it. I'm hoping for not, because that kind of sucks. But I do believe we are both going to take that. So, you know, I could play another card and get, but I don't even be able to get black dice, so it's not going to help as much. Yeah, it says, let's see, combat build dice pool. We did that, and then okay, the end of the round. Yeah, end of the round, each player suffers counterattacks. Counterattacks on twin. Okay, I'm just going through this real quick while we're talking through it, but I don't think, also thinking while I'm looking at this, do I have the ability to get a black die in our hand? I don't believe that I do. And so I think we're just going to have to suck that up, right? Yeah, I mean, I believe, apply the effects. Yeah. The effects are going to be take stamina. Yeah, that's what's it going to be, right? Take a whole bunch of stamina. It's going to be each player adds the indicated number of stamina. So we're going to have to take 2 stamina. That's going to be 2 for Aston. That's going to put him up to 2, 3, 5, and 2. We're actually taking a bunch of stamina on this fight. So there's 2 for Lorelei. Now this is also going to move to our next round, which means we lose one of our 6 experience. Luckily, we're going to get it back in spades once we defeat this thing. So that is going back there. That was the round. Now we're going to get another combat round. Do I have I can get another black die, but it's going to cost us. I only need one. I need a black die. So I think we're going to do it. We'll spend the 2 from Aston because he has to spend them to get this to happen. And we're going to get a black die out just to make sure we have one. Then we're going to draw 2 more at random because it's really the best we can do. Okay, what do we get? A purple is not going to help. And another black. Perfect. All right. Now we're going to roll these up and see what we can do. We need a 3. We do not have a 3. We have a 5, a 2, and a 1. Let's see what our cards can do to manipulate that. Okay. If I had a 3, that'd be helpful. I don't. I could re-roll a black, so we got that. That's all I can do at the moment with Aston on his cards. Let's look at our wizard. She can pull a random die. We might have to do that. We can take a 6. We don't have that. We can take a 1. We do have a 1, and we can turn it into a 3 or 5. Okay, wonderful. She's going to play Examine. That is going to take this 1 and turn it into a 3. Black, and that was it's any die. Doesn't matter what color it is. It's take a 1 and turn it into 3 or 5. So we did that, and we have defeated the ooze. Boom, nice. Before we take more stamina and fatigue, but we took a lot, so we're going to have to spend some. I think we're going to spend at least 2 experience to get our stamina back at this point. Okay. Combat's over, so you know when we end a combat, and basically I want to remind you that it is on a simple card. Gain rewards from the converted dice slots first, so we got all of those. Let's look at the rewards. It's going to be 1, 2 gold. We'll grab 2 more gold. We got quite a gold pile building up. It's pretty nice. There's 2 gold. We're going to get then also 1, 2 experience points. So we lost 1, but we gained 2. Not bad. There's that. And we did defeat the ooze, so we'll take this off. Take all the dice back. Not terrible, not terrible. And then with that, we gained all the stuff we're going to gain. Of course, we also, we're going to see what happens from defeating the ooze, which is going to be helpful. We'll take that card and put it back in the pile. And that was pretty cool. That was one of our toughest fights, I think. Losing those items. I don't know that that was that hurtful to us, but it had an impact. Okay, let's go back to the book and see what happens when we... Oh, we don't have to rest yet. We're going to have to go back to the book first, but we're in a little bit of bad shape. Okay, it says victory. We're going to go to E4. That's right here. Okay. You pull your weapons free of the ooze, ripping it apart in the process. There's nothing left of the creature except a ball of elvish silver floating in the stinking pool of muck. Reveal discovery card 65. I imagine that's the ball, or 85 rather. I imagine that's the ball of silver. So let's get that out. Yes, ball of elvish silver. That goes in our inventory with our staff sling. Guess what we got? I think we got that covered, don't we? We can go back to that church and open the church up, I imagine. Okay, record the keyword muck. Okay, now we finally have a keyword. That's our first keyword of this adventure. It's going to be muck that we are able to get. Return any cards under the ooze to their owner's hands. Oh, that's right. We were supposed to put that under the ooze, not into our... That doesn't matter. But they both go back to our hands. That is good because they were spent. Okay. And then it says we can use an item, rest, or move to another location. Well, I do know what we're doing. We're going back to that church. We might take a long way around though. Before we do use an item, we are going to... Well, this costs us 1 more stamina to use. I don't think we want to use it here on the island. I don't see any value in using the staff sling and the ball of elvish silver. We could just use the ball of elvish silver, cost us a stamina. But I think we got to go back to the church with it. I believe we can hit the bell with that ball of Elvish silver. It'll open the door. I believe that's going to be my guess. So I think what we're going to do now is we are going to rest. I think that is important. So I'm going to pick up the book. We're going to do a quick rest action. And that rest action is going to, first we're going to spend, I know it's costly, but I do believe we're going to spend 2 fatigue to roll 2 dice for each of our characters to recover stamina, because we lost a lot of stamina now. Here's our 2 dice. Let's roll. Let's see what we get. Oh man, that was rough. We only recovered 3 for her. And then this is going to be Aston. Come on, do better. A 10 for Aston. Well, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So all of his go back. Okay, that was wonderful. I will flip over our rest token. We would have put our bonus play card back, but we don't have to worry about that. And then we are going to, let's see, we're going to replenish all of our stuff. So, 1, we get 1 here. We have 3 there, so we get 1 more there, and I got to do Aston's as well. We'll get all those situated. These big 5 ones, they're meant to go in our pool if we have 5 and we need tokens. So I'm putting 1 in his charisma because he was out. We used all 3 of his dexterity. And so I've got 3 there, and I'm going to put 1 more in his strength. So we're back to normal. All of our cards go back into our hand. They really, these ones were just discarded anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. And that's it. Now that brought us down to only 5 experience left for this game, but that's okay. It's better than a sharp stick in the eye, right? So let's move on, see what we're going to do. I mean, we might as well, I don't want to spend a fatigue to use the ball here. I know where I need to use it. It's super clear, right? So I think we're going to move back to the beach and then back down to the ancient chapel. I think that's our play here. So let's do that. So we're going to take our first action to move back to the beach. That's move to another location. We're going to take a look at the beach. That's going to be location C. I will get that out of the book. And something different, I imagine, will happen as we're there because we've already been there. So let me set that up for you right here. I'll cover some things up so we don't see it. Let's see. We'll just do that real quick. Don't read ahead now. Don't read ahead. Okay. It says beach C. If there's no XP in this location, go to C1. Well, that's where we're at. So we're going to C1, which is right down here. If you have the keyword lost, bruise, or blood, go to C12. We don't. The beach is quiet and lovely with its curling surf and sun-warmed sand. The fishers have gone home, but their boat remains if you would like to sail for Longtooth Island. We do not. We're just going to move to another location. Okay, so we're going to then take a move action down to B, the chapel. Let's go back to the chapel, and we're going to get to use some items there. That is going to cost us a little fatigue to do that, but I'm okay with it because it's going to be worth it. Okay, cover that stuff up a little bit. It says, if you have the keyword discover, we do not. If there's no experience points, go to B1. And it says, the ancient chapel is cold and empty. The Durgolium door Gimlich showed you sits in a multicolored patch of sunlight that filters through the fractured stained glass. High above the altar hangs the Durgolium bell. Well, we're going to use items. It's going to cost each of us a fatigue. So I'll take a fatigue out. I'll put one in his and one in her. So she's at 2 fatigue right now. That's not wonderful. But we're going to use 2 items together. Now how that works is we're going to take the lowest number first. So 85.93, and that's why I knew to spend a stamina because it says right there. Let's go look at 85.93. Okay, here we are. With your staff sling, you fling the ball of Elvish silver into the Durgolium bell above, which rings out a crisp and lovely sound. Immediately, the Durgolium door slides open. The earth quakes and the air above fills with crackling green energy. You hurry through the door into the underground chamber. On a pedestal there, you find a gauntlet carved from a single piece of jade, and you slip. Yes, and you slip it into one of the chainmail Durgolium sacks that Terra gave you. The quake ceases and the air above grows quiet. You take a moment to admire the chamber's walls, which are carved with the scene of the arrival when Azima first brought together many worlds thousands of years ago through the gate of Brazur Wall. The gate is powered by 6 artifacts, and this gauntlet is one of them. So we're going to record Discover. And we got that now. That's pretty cool. We got Discover, and it says Reveal Card 28. I'm going to guess that that is going to be our Gauntlet, right? Let's see. Whoa. That can't be right. Reveal Card 28. Yeah. The Homeward Rift. Where does... That's bizarre. Okay. Rester... That can't be right. That looks like a... Okay. Oh, no. Rare card... Okay. Oh. Okay, we didn't see that. Let's pretend we didn't see that. We got to get a rare card. That's the first time we pulled a rare card out. And it's going to be one of the regular rare cards, not one of the regular rare cards. So that was an interesting mishap there. Let's see. So 28. Pretend you didn't see that rift thing. I don't know what that is or where it's from, but we'll find it later. Okay, oh, Jade Gauntlet. So we can actually use this item. That's pretty cool. It's in the sack. It allows us to take any die and turn it into a 6 of any color. We'll give that to Lorelei, I believe. It's going to be part of her hand. Lorelei's hand. Okay, well that is awesome. So we now have this artifact, the Jade Gauntlet. It says we can rest or we can move to another location. Well, I think we will. We're going to move to another location. And I'm going to show you where that is. First, let me put this into her hand here. Now we got that in her hand. And we're going to move toward the Dunegrass Farm. There's no place else for us to go, really. So we're going to head here to this location and reveal this token. It's going to be B4. So now we got to get out the other book and see what happens to us when we get there. Okay, here we are. It says, if you have the title Aid to Ogre, we don't. Go to Adventure, go to 2.5. We don't have that. As you turn the bend of the road, you're confronted by a gang of local halflings armed with short swords and pitchforks. You there, they call. What business have you here? Their leader, a plump gray-haired woman, tells you that a human stranger stole a pig from her farm. We know what this is. One that had a black spot in the shape of a swan. With giant trolls and pig thieves on the loose, we decided to patrol the countryside looking for anything unusual, and you are very unusual indeed. These halflings are spoiling for a fight. Mob rule of this sort is strictly forbidden by the law. Tell them you are Kingsguard here on an important mission. I think that's what we're going to do because that would seem the logical course for us. So we're going to have to do a skill check. Con and Charisma basically is what it's going to end up being. We have a good amount of both, so let's do that. Okay, here we are. They don't seem receptive to your claims initially. Kingsguard's here. We haven't seen a member of the Kingsguard, of the King's anything, in well over a year. These halflings will not be easily convinced. If you're if you're Kingsguard or whatever track, if you're, which track is that? Drugul? No. If the King's Favor is 1 or higher, it is. It's actually 1. Each player adds 1 stamina to any attribute row from the supply, ignoring the usual limit. So that's good. Okay. Well, we'll do that. We'll take a stamina and we'll add it. We'll add it to Charisma for Austin, and we'll add it to Dexterity for Lorelei because this looks. I think that's what we need, right? Dex and Charisma. And then it says we're going to do a skills check of Speechcraft. Or was it Intelligence and Charisma? I think we'll add Charisma for him, and we'll add another point of Intelligence, rather, for Lorelei. Okay. I'm going to make it whatever that was, so whatever skill set it was. Okay, Speechcraft. We're going to have to make a Speechcraft 1 attempt and see if we pass. We haven't, have we done a Speechcraft 1 before? I don't remember. We have not. There it is right there. We'll get that out, and we're going to roll some dice. This one's going to be pretty easy because we need to... we don't need to do that much. We need 2 purple. We got a lot of opportunities for purple. Now remember, she's pretty fatigued still, so we got to be a little bit careful. We're going to do 1 intelligence, no, purple, charisma. 1 charisma from Aston, 1 from Lorelei to get a purple out of the bag. There's a purple. We're going to need another purple and a white. Unfortunately, it's Lorelei. We got to be careful. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 7 out of 16. Not that bad. Not that bad. So we can take another charisma from each of them. We'll do that. That puts Aston at 2, her at whatever that is, and we'll have another die. We got 2 more dice. So I want to try and get the only way I can get a good white die out of that is with Lorelei again. She's getting up there. Let's take a chance. Do I have a way to manipulate that? I mean, I can turn anything to a 6, but we do need a purple 6, so I think that'll be okay. Whatever that, anything to a 6 is pretty powerful if we need it. Okay, let's do this. We're gonna... I'm concerned. Do I want to try and ensure a white die? Because I don't know that I have the ability to turn a white die. But I would have to give one more. So we're going to do it. That's a wisdom. That is white, right? Or green. No, that's green die. Green die. Okay, well, we can do this with Aston. Aston's going to take 2 stamina. And we're going to add from his con. And we're going to get a green. That is green, right? Does look like green. Yeah, that's white. That is green. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to get 1 random die out of there. Let's see. Hopefully it's green or purple. Purple. Nice. Okay. Let's roll them up and see what we get. All right. Did this work out for us? It probably did. I believe this will work out for us quite nicely, actually. Okay. So if we look at what we have here, we have the 6. We don't have to worry about that. Boom. Done. We need a 2. I think that's going to be easy enough to get. And then we need to get the green to a 4. So let's take a look. I think Aston's got most of this in hand. We can... let's see... We can turn a green to any, but we don't need to worry about that. A longbow, we can increase, we're going to play that to increase any blue or green die by 1 or 2. So we will do that. That gets discarded. So remember, we can only play 2 cards. We have a 4 dice limit. We can only play 2 cards. So that's going to bring this up to a 4. That covers that. And then we just need to get a purple one to a 2. And I'm pretty confident that we can do that. Maybe. We can get a lot of purple dice if we need to. Yes, I can play the Ancient Tome. There we go. It's up 1 or down 1 on a purple die, so we'll just play that. We'll discard that. We don't need to do much else. That'll put this up to a 2, and we succeeded. Pretty nice. Okay, let's see what we get there. Now, for succeeding in a skill check, we're going to flip our rest token back over. We have not had to use our bonus play card. We've been good on cards. Our cards are really powerful. That's going to solve that. We're going to get 2 more experience points, because I'll take that. That's helping us to recover the experience points we've lost, and then we're going to get the book back out and see what happens for completing this skill check. Good for us. Okay, so here we are. We passed. They agree to let you go. Go to adventure 219. Okay, we'll do that. 219. And we'll check out what happens on 219. So we walk away from them. They agree to let us go, though we probably could have trounced them anyway. Let's see what they're going to do as we continue to head up to the Dunegrass Farm. So we'll cover that. We're at 219 right here. Don't read ahead, you know. The halflings consult with one another and decide to trust you. All right, their leader says, if you really are here to help, we could use you. We do have a giant troll problem and a pig thief problem, says one of the others. All present voice their agreement. You tell them that you will help in any way you can, and they let you pass. Oh, we gain an extra experience point. That's very, very helpful. And we get to rest. We get to move to a new location. So let's first take the option to rest. We will definitely need to do that. So the first thing we're going to do at our rest, we don't have to recover any cards. We're good there. I believe I'm going to try and spend 2 more experience. I hate that, but it is what it is. Because Lorelei definitely needs to get some stamina back. We're getting a little hurt there. Let's see what we got. 2 dice. Doesn't matter what. 2 dice. Big number. Okay, that's a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That leaves her with 2. That's not terrible. And then we're going to roll for Aston. Aston only has 4 in his pool, so he gets all of his gone. Okay. Then we're going to replenish. And just now, we don't get to keep that extra stamina we got. It just goes back to normal, so I got to track that. So we got 1 there. We got, this is where it was, so we'll take this one. We're going to put 3 into our charisma. She's still got 2 stamina there. Fatigue there, rather. We got 1 charisma on Aston. I'm putting all his back too. And I know we spent a lot of time looking at Lorelei, but I'm telling you what I'm doing with Aston, so he's going to go back up to 3. We got 2, 3, 3, 1, 1, 1 on Aston, and we're good to go. And that's going to complete that adventure. So this comes off the board, and our skill book's going to go away. We're right here. Now, the only place we have left to go, really, is the Dunegrass Farm. So we can move to another location. We still have the sling, Stasling, and the Elven Ball. I wonder if that will ever be useful to us again after recovering the Gauntlet. We'll have to see. Now, what's cool is that Gauntlet becomes a permanent part of our hand, It's pretty nice. So I think we're going to go up to the Dune Grass Farm. We have not been there yet. We're going to say, hey man, we haven't been able to find your kid. We did go to an island and find this cool silver elven ball. So that is going to take us to the Dune Grass Farm, which is location D. And I didn't show it, but I did flip our rest token back to that side since we did rest again. And we're in good health right now. So, okay, if there is no experience on this location, there is. We haven't visited it yet. Otherwise, collect experience. So we'll do that. That's always good that we keep getting some experience back. And continue reading, right? At the farmhouse door, you are greeted by a note. Gone to look for Esther. Will return with her or not at all. They left a shovel leaning against a porch railing. Perhaps that will come in handy. Reveal discovery card 74. So we're going to get a shovel. I don't know what that's going to do for us, but we're going to get one. Let's see, 74. A shovel. It takes a stamina to use. I don't know where we would use it here. Okay, then it says, as you turn to leave, you are met with a startling sight. A muscular 20-foot tall woman with thick green skin, protruding tusks, is grabbing pigs from a nearby pen, snapping their necks with a flick of her thumb, and tucking them into a massive leather sack. Looks like you found the troll. We can attack her. We can attempt to frighten her into submission. We can keep a safe distance and see where she goes. Either way, we're going to be doing a skill check. I suppose it might not hurt to see where she goes because it might lead us to where Esther is. So that says con and wisdom. We're in good shape there, so let's go do that. We're going to go to D4. It sucks that the pigs are being killed, but I think we need to find out where she's going. You duck behind the corner of the house and watch the troll do her work. After she collects nearly a score of pigs, she hefts the sack over her shoulder and begins to tiptoe away. It's strangely amusing to watch the giant's outsized attempt at stealth. Yet her pace is quick and her stride is long. You'll need your wits to read her movements and guess her destination. If your Dragul favor is 1 or higher, we do not have a favor of 1 or higher. So we're going to have to do an observation check, 1, and if we pass, we'll probably find our hideout, and that's good. Okay, observation 1. Here we are. We're going to get our bag and see what we can do. Now, we're going to need green and white. So I'm going to take 2 from our hunter, Austin, to get a green guaranteed in the pool. Let me get one out of the bag here. There's a green. We can wait. I swear I see it and I spot it and I go reach in the bag and I don't get it. Okay, there's 1 green. We're not going to be able to get another one. We don't have any way to do that without spending too much stamina. I'm not going to do that. We also then need white. Well, that's easy enough to do. We'll spend 1 from her, 1 from Aston. We could use 2 white, couldn't we? We could. And do we want to do that? We'd have to spend both her wisdom. Return 1. Yeah, we can do that. We're going to do that and get another white die out. That should help us. We have the ability to get a couple more dice if we need them. I think we'll be okay here. We get a, we have a dice limit of 4, so we're going to pull another random one out. Hopefully we get lucky. And it's green. It's not. Oh, I was hoping to speak it into existence, but I didn't do it. Okay, so let's roll the dice and see what we can do with this. A little rough there. Okay, we don't get anything that we need. Let's take a look at Lorelei's cards. I can take the 1 white and turn it into a 3 or a 5. That's going to be easy. So 1 card out of our 2-card play limit will be this. That goes in the discard pile. Takes the 1, turns it into a 5, puts it there. Or here. Let's put it there just because that gives us that experience, whether we fail or win. I can take that. I can take any die, make it a 6. That doesn't help us. It might though. Let's see. I can re-roll blue or green. I can pull a random die. Take a 6 and turn it into any color. I don't know if that helps us. We'll reserve that for a moment. I can reduce the purple one with the Ancient Tome. That will be both her cards. So before I do that, let's take a look at Aston's hand, see what he can manipulate here. Got the sling. I can decrease the green or blue by 1 or 2. So I can get the green 4 handy. We can do that. I can, do I have any way to manipulate white dice? I don't. So we got to do something with the white die first. And then I think we had the ability to do that with her, right? No, it's the purple die. But the purple doesn't do anything for us. So I could reduce it by 1 and then try to turn it into another color, maybe? Let's see. We have the green 4. We can make it green either, but we only have one green die, so we're going to need to make it white. Let's see, 6 in any color. Oh yeah, I could turn the purple into a white. But again, that's all she's going to be able to do, so the next 2 cards would have to be an Aston. Okay, so let's put that out for just a second. I can turn the purple one into a white 6. That would give us 2 white... no, I need a green. I need the green to a 4. So I can decrease that. I can use my bow. Where's my bow? My long bow to increase that to... So let's do that first. Let's get that out of the way. We're going to discard that and increase this to a 4. So now I have to do is get a white 5. So can we reduce a white die by 1? Is there any possible way to do that? Subvert, green and red doesn't help us. Lock doesn't help us. Reroll, let's see. That's her hand. His hand, we both expend 1 card. We might have to use our bonus play in this. I can turn the 6 white, but that doesn't help us because I have to get it reduced by 1. You know what I can do? No, I have to do this. It's a 6. God, this is really tough. I was thinking I could do that and then reduce it by 1, but then I lose that ability. I can make any die a 6. Doesn't help us. I can take a 2. Doesn't help us. I can re-roll that. I can do a transmute. That would help. See if we can just get lucky. Can I re-roll? Our special ability, return 1 stamina from your intelligence attribute in the row to supply to re-roll. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to burn our ability to re-roll these 2 dice. Let's see what we get. Okay, 1 and a 5. Well, that's not as bad. So let's take a look. I think I can do something with that. I can take a 1 and turn it into something, right? Not with Aston. Let's see with Lorelei. She's already examined. I can take a 1 and do what with it? I can take a 2. Can't take a 1. I might have to do that. We haven't used the... She's still got 2 card plays left. If I could just turn the purple 5, if I can turn the die... Oh, yes! Nope, turns into a 6, though. So that doesn't help us. Can draw another die. Ooh, okay, this one's turned out to be rough. Let's see, I can take that, I can do that. Maybe I should have taken that green one. Sling, nope, doesn't help us. Subvert does not help us. 3 does not help us. That does not help us. Now, I can choose a die. Now, I could use my Hunter's ability and make it happen, actually. But I can turn that into a white die with Lord. I can choose a die and the dice pool, then discard any number of skill cards for each card discarded. Increase that die by 1. So that does not... I just need to turn it into the purple into a white. I can't do that. And I can't increase the 1 enough to get it there. Well, actually, no, that's increase, not decrease. Doesn't help us. This might be bad. We might fail this one if I'm not careful. I think we're going to have to play our second card as a transmute. It's going to give us a random die out of the bag, and that, I don't know, that die is going to be a 1. Not going to help us. Not doing that. Never mind. That does not help us. The gauntlet doesn't help us. The energy field doesn't help us. Well, does it? Can I get... This doesn't... Well... No, that doesn't help. Wait. No, it doesn't help. Never mind. I don't know that I have a way... Y'all, I don't know if I have a way to do this. Let's see. Let's look at his hand again. Maybe... doing that green 4 was a mistake. I could have turned it into that and fixed it. Subvert doesn't help us. Omen Locks does not help us. What is my Wanderlust? Move any number of scroll cards from your hand to your spent space. For each card moved, add a random die to the pool. From your hand to your spent space. This would get... Do I do that? Because then I can get multiple new dice for free. I don't know if we... I think we don't have a choice. If we're going to get this, we're going to play this card. So we're going to play this. That's going to go into our discard pile. Now I can move any number of cards from my hand to my spent space. We'll put Banish. It's already a spent type card. We'll play Honorable. That's 2 dice. Now those are spent. They're not going to come back to me right away. So unless I rest. So 2 dice can be enough. 2 dice can be enough. Let's give it a go. a red. It's not help. I don't know if that's helpful. Now remember, I played one card for. Actually, played one card for him. Let's see, and a green. Neither of these are very helpful. Let's see what we get here. It's going to give us options: a 2 and a. Okay, let's see what we can do with that now. We can flip. We have another 5, a green 5. Can I just turn it white somehow with a green? No, I can flip it. I can flip the green die. That doesn't help us. I can. Oh wait, I can decrease, but that is green. I can use that right there. Okay, that's not bad. So I can do this. Okay, we're gonna spend our sling. That's our 2. Wait, that's 3 cards. Sorry, I'm gonna have to use our bonus play token with Aston. That goes into our fatigue pile. We're gonna use the sling to reduce. Oh wait, oh, I don't have to do anything. What am I doing? We have a green 5. That's what we need. Boom. We just had to play all those cards to do it in the spent space. So we did do it. Okay. Whew. Okay. I'm sure you're looking at it going, "What are you doing? You got this." So okay, we succeeded. That was really, really challenging. That was the first really challenging one we've had, but we did succeed. So what are we going to do with that? We're going to get 2 more experience points because that's what we collect as a reward, and these are going to come off. That's it, and we're going to go back to our book. We have succeeded in our observation check. Okay, you read her well and spy her hideout, D5. That's going to flip the page for us. Let's go there, see what happens. D5 is over on this side. Let's just push over a little bit here. Bring this way so we can read it. Okay, it says up here, following the troll as far as the top of the hill at the edge of the Dungrass farm, you watch as she hides herself in a shallow valley between 2 hills and gets the pigs one by one, discarding their entrails. It is a shocking sight. If only she is able to accomplish the work with a few swipes of her fingernails. With the pigs cleaned and back in her sack, she makes her way quickly down through the hills toward a thin plume of smoke rising from the shoreline. Reveal card 31 and place an experience point on it. Discovery card 31 and place an experience points on it. Okay. 31, 32. There's 31. It's going to be a map. Okay. So where does that map go? It is going on 3. So 1, 2, 3. Where does that go? That doesn't make sense to me. It says 3 right here. Well, I guess it does. Yeah, okay. I get it. There it goes right there. We're going to have to head back to the beach. Okay, and we're going to place an experience point on that. And then it says we can use an item, we can rest, or we can move to another location. Oh, record the word sneak. So we're going to sneak. We passed a skill check, so our rest token is back. We're probably going to do that so we can get those cards back. Sneak in our box. We now get that. That is good. And we revealed that new card. So we're going to have to go back to the shadowy cave at the beach. That's what we're going to do. It doesn't say we get to move there. It just says place it. Okay, let's go back to our map. All right, we're going to pick that up for a minute because we do have location F revealed on the map, which is going to take us back toward the beach. We have found the hideout of the troll. I didn't use the shovel at the Dungrass farm. I could do that before we go because it says I can use an item or that would cost us some fatigue. Let's do that. We're going to spend a fatigue. Man, Lorelei is bunched up on fatigue again though. And we're going to use the shovel, item 74 at the Dungrass farm. I mean, why the heck not, right? Might as well see what happens while we're there. So that's going to be D74. Okay, I got it right here. Let's pull it out. Okay, the only thing you can use the shovel for here is cleaning out the pig pens. Is that how you want to spend your time? Yes, please choose a player to do the work. Use another item, rest, or move to location. I don't know if I want to do that. I don't see any point in doing that. Why would I want to clean out pig pens? We're not going to do that. Okay, so that's going to end that. We just said, no, we're not going to do it with the shovel. But we did lose some stamina. Then we are going to rest, so we'll flip our rest token back over. We have a decent amount of experience points. I do think because of Lorelei, we're going to use 2 so much. Aspen's only got 3. Let's just use 1 experience. I want to try and keep our experience. We're going to use 1 experience. I mean, I could get lucky, roll a big number for Lorelei. Let's see if we can do it. A 5, that is good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That leaves her with just 2. That's okay. And then for our hunter, we need a 4, so he's completely clear. Then we'll restack the stamina. 1, 1 for her. 1, 2. So we just move this 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. She's good. And for Aston, we put 1 back in his wisdom. And we need 2 more for his dexterity, right? His constitution, rather. Okay, so we're all set with him. He's fully back to his good ways. We're going to flip over her card. We're going to take, obviously we have all the cards back, but remember, Aston had spent 2 cards into a spent. Those are going to come back, along with the cards he did for the skill check. We're back to healthy. The token, actually I ended up not using the play token, but it's back in its pool anyway, and we have rested. Okay, well, y'all, I think that's a good place to stop. We're going to head back. We've uncovered the location of the troll. We're going to head back there and see if we can take the troll out. I think it's going to be really fun and interesting. We'll have to see how that goes. All right, y'all, take care. I'll see you in the next episode of something, and I look forward to it. This has been a lot of fun. I love the storytelling. Please leave a comment, and I want to get to at least, I don't know, 8 to 10 likes on it that are visible to me before we decide not to not continue on. If I get enough likes and get enough commentary, I'll continue on to the 3rd adventure. If not, let me know. Anyway, I'll talk to you soon. Take care and have a good evening. Bye-bye.